My wife, Emily, had been distant for months. The woman who once laughed with me over midnight snacks and held my hand just to feel close now barely spoke to me unless it was about bills or chores. Every night, she turned away from me in bed, claiming she was just tired or not in the mood. At first, I tried to be patient. I told myself every marriage has dry spells, work stress, family problems, life getting in the way. But after nearly 6 months of rejection, the silence started to rot the air between us. Something wasn't right. Then one evening, out of nowhere, she sat beside me on the couch and rested her head on my shoulder. Her sudden affection startled me. "We should start thinking about having a baby," she said softly. I turned to her, searching her face for a hint of warmth or sincerity. "A baby," I repeated. "You've barely wanted to be near me for months, and now you want to start a family?" She looked hurt, almost defensive. "I just think it's time. We're both getting older." That night, as she fell asleep easily beside me for the first time in months, my mind was wide awake. Her timing didn't feel like love, it felt like strategy. There was something in her tone, something hollow. My instincts whispered a truth I didn't want to hear. She wanted a baby, but maybe not with me. A week later, while doing laundry, I found something in her jeans pocket that made my blood run cold, a hotel keycard. I stared at it, frozen. When I confronted her, she laughed nervously. "Oh, that must have been from the conference last month. I forgot to throw it out." Her story fit, but her eyes didn't. I wanted to believe her, yet everything about her lately screamed deception. That night, I called my friend Mark, a private investigator I'd known since college. "I think Emily's cheating," I said quietly. "Can you find out?" Mark hesitated. "You sure you want me to do that, man? Once you know, you can't unknow." I swallowed hard. "I'm sure." For the next 2 weeks, I tried to act normal. I made her breakfast, asked about her day, even agreed when she brought up baby names. But inside, every smile was fake, every word was forced. Then one afternoon, Mark called. His voice was grim. "I've got pictures." I met him that evening. When he handed me the envelope, I felt my chest tighten. Inside were photos of Emily and a man, tall, well-dressed, maybe mid-30s, walking hand in hand into the same hotel the keycard had come from. My vision blurred as I flipped through them. The last photo hit the hardest. The two of them in the hotel cafe, her head on his shoulder, smiling in a way she hadn't smiled at me in years. Mark placed a hand on my shoulder. "I'm sorry, Ethan." I nodded slowly. "Thanks. I needed to know." That night, I couldn't even look at her. She came home humming, pretending everything was normal. I waited until morning to speak. Over breakfast, I asked casually, "So, you still want that baby?" She smiled faintly. "Yeah. I think it would fix things between us." My stomach turned. "You mean hide them?" I said quietly. She froze. "What's that supposed to mean?" I reached into my jacket pocket and dropped the photos on the table. Her face drained of color. She didn't speak for a long time, just stared at the evidence of her lies scattered between our coffee cups. Finally, she whispered, "I didn't mean for this to happen." I let out a bitter laugh. "That's what people say when they get caught, Emily. Not when they're sorry." She started crying, saying it was a mistake, that she didn't love him, that she was confused. But I'd heard enough. "You weren't confused," I said, standing up. "You were calculating. You cut me off for months, then tried to use a baby to tie me to you forever. You wanted to erase your guilt by trapping me." Her sobs grew louder, but I felt nothing anymore. The love I once had for her had died the moment I saw her with him. I packed a bag that afternoon and left. A week later, her lover's wife contacted me. She'd found my number through Mark. "I'm so sorry," she said. "I just thought you should know. Emily's been seeing my husband for nearly a year. And she told him she might be pregnant." I felt my world tilt again. I hadn't seen Emily since I left, and now there was a chance she was carrying someone else's child, a child she wanted me to believe was mine. Months passed. I filed for divorce, submitted the photos as evidence, and blocked her number. The proceedings were painful, but straightforward. She tried to apologize in court, said she'd made a huge mistake. I didn't reply. I didn't even look at her. Then one morning, I got a letter in the mail, from Emily. My first instinct was to throw it away, but something made me open it. Inside, in shaky handwriting, she'd written, "I'm not pregnant. He left me. I just wanted to feel loved again. You were a good man, Ethan. Too good for me. I hope one day you can forgive me. I folded the letter and put it away, not out of sentiment, but closure. It's been a year since then. I live alone now, in a small apartment overlooking the river. I've started painting again, something I'd given up years ago when work and marriage took over my life. Sometimes, when the sun sets and the sky turns gold, I think of the man I used to be, the one who believed love was enough to keep someone loyal. Now I know better. Love isn't about blind trust, it's about mutual respect. And once that's gone, no apology, no tears, and certainly no baby can bring it back.